Set 4 will be played on Naro Station. Spawning up in the top right-hand position as the blue Protoss from KT Rolster, known as a PvP specialist, but overall a strong player. His name is Zest.
His opponent went for the 4-gate on this map and didn't quite work out for him. Does he have other builds prepared on this map? Remember, he showed strong PvPs on this map previously, and he could do it once again today against Zest. His name is Hero, and he is already moving out on the map.
Now look at this. Hero, he loves his cheese play. He's very good at executing these builds as well. Will it work this time though? Zest is a very solid PvP player, and he generally goes for the safer openings in PvP.
Here's a funny stat. Before we had the custom chairs for EGTL, Hero's win rate was 11.1%. After he got his custom chair, he is 57.1% in Yongsan.
I guess the chairs make a big difference. Let's not discredit Coach Park as well, because I'm sure he's helped Hero out a lot with his mental game.
But he also pushed for the chairs in Yongsan, remember that?
Yeah, he did. Coach Park didn't do that.
So here's the 4 gateway. First gateway down. Is he going to go for the second one, or is it just going to be a pressure?
Just looks like pressure from Hero here. We have the gate going up now for Zest as well.
So it really depends on what Zest starts building from the first gateway. You know, some of these players, they love to go skip out on the first zealot and then try to go for the double gas opening and try to gain as much economic advantage as much as possible earlier in the game. Some players like to build a zealot first and then try to play a little more defensively, trying to defend against any proxy plays around the map, and then transition into, you know, the tech game, you know, going for the Stargaze or Twilight Council. So Zest, what is he going to go for as soon as the gateway finishes? Well, the answer is going to be Cybernetics Core, but after the Cyber.
After the Cybernetics Core is going to be the curious thing here. We have one Zealot on the way for Hero. He's not chronoing it out or anything like that. And we have the Cybernetics Core, of course, on the way here. Hero's Cybernetics Core slightly delayed, but not by too much.
And with the first Zealot coming out, he could do a lot more economic damage going into this game. Even if his core was delayed slightly by a few seconds, it doesn't matter if the Zealot gets multiple kills. We do have a second Zealot out on the way, and Zest is not scouting, just like Flash.
He's not scouting at all here, playing it pretty risky. Also, Zest not opting to go for that second gateway here. He does like to do that a lot, but this time around, he's just going to go ahead and get that Stalker out. He'll probably follow this up with the Mothership. Oh no!
Now he sees the double Zealots and he knows something is wrong.
He was planning on going for an expansion there, actually, as you saw the probe moving out there. Now it's going to be panic mode for Zest. He's still got a nice death stare, though. The Zealots here, there's a good surround on them from Zest. Probes are going down, but you know, he's doing the best that he can to deal with this pressure here, only losing 3 workers for 2 Zealots.
That was actually amazing micro by Zest. He was pulling all of the hurt probes one by one. When it was almost being taken out, Hero didn't micro as much in that situation, and Zest got a better trade in that scenario. He didn't lose that many probes. Look at the probe count right now. Zest is up by 1. The Stalker is out, but, you know, he needs to run away.
So we have that second Stalker about to finish here. Do 2 Stalkers beat the Stalker Militia Corps? They should here. The trade will be looking pretty good for Hero if he can manage to kill off both of these units here.
But we do have a second Stalker coming out on the way. Zest almost losing the Stalker. He might also lose the Militia Corps, actually.
And he does lose the Militia Corps. The second Stalker, oh, one more hit, goes down. Slightly better trade there for Hero.
Yes. Actually, it's not even a slightly better trade. You killed off a Mothership Core and a Stalker for, what, 1 Stalker?
Yeah.
That was a really nice micro play by Hero. Zest just overextended a little, I have to say.
Yeah, he did overextend a little. Actually,
that actually allows Hero to go for the harassment once again.
He's got it back up, though, at this point. That's Mothership Core rebuilt at this point. Another Stalker out. Twilight Tech on the way from our KT player. Behind this, Hero continuing to put on some pressure here. The very even supply. Hero putting down that Stargate, interestingly enough, though. So it's looking kind of, it's almost the same build, if you think about it, that he did against Flash.
Yeah, well, it works out perfectly if you know your opponent does not go for scouting earlier in the game. Now, the 3 gateways are finishing up, and both players are going to have the 3 Warp Gate Stalkers. Do remember, Zest, he has a Mothership Core, his opponent does not. And he has a Blink out on the way. Hero, he's going for the Stargate, so let's see what he's going to build from the Stargate.
Well, he just added in a few more Stalkers here. The surface area advantage will go to Hero. Moving up there, seeing if he can go ahead and get a snipe on one of those Stalkers. Trading evenly there, losing one Stalker for one Stalker, trying to get this Mothership Core low on health there. It doesn't have enough energy for the Nexus Cannon, but not too far away from getting it.
And Hero's playing really smart. He's just fighting outside of the Nexus Cannon range always. He's not overextending it right now. And he always pushes up when he knows that the Mothership Core isn't over there. Behind us, there's an Oracle coming out on the way while putting a constant pressure from the front.
So we're going to have to definitely see a Nexus Cannon go down here. Hero is going to be forced to back up. May lose a unit or two here. One Stalker going down. This Zealot looks like it will fall as well. Doing a tiny bit of damage. I think taking out maybe one probe or two. Hero is ahead in the probe count right now. He's got that Oracle moving across the map. The trick is he needs to wait for the Nexus Cannon energy or ability to run out of time, and then he has to keep the pressure at his opponent's front base.
Yeah, here's the perfect scenario for Hero. One, wait for the cannon to finish, and two, move in at the front at the same time, use the Oracle to kill a lot of probes. Is that going to happen? Zest right now, he doesn't know that there's a Stargate out on the way for Hero.
And look at this Hero playing very smart. Oh, he may actually lose the Stalker though.
Yeah, but that's a smart play because remember, he did draw out all the Stalkers to the natural.
That's true. Now this Oracle moving into the main base, but at the same time, Zest perfectly prepared. He has 3 Stalkers warped in here. This Oracle is not going to survive.
Barely going to survive. Actually, no, the blink finishes just in time to take out the Oracle, but however, he did pull all the probes away from the mineral line.
Yeah, he did. I saw that blink time. I was like, oh, it's going to complete just as the Oracle's running away. So Hero right now, he still is pretty even in supply. 46 to 48. He's getting a Dark Shrine behind this, which is actually really smart because his opponent's not getting any kind of tech whatsoever to detect.
He does have the Robo.
Oh, he does have the Robo.
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me. I didn't see that there earlier.
And Hero, I think he barely saw the Robo, but he didn't notice it with this vision from the Oracle. Remember, Hero is down in one base right now. His opponent has Blink, so can Hero survive this timing from Zest?
He should be okay. I mean, it's going to be close, but with the high ground advantage and the unit advantage, he should be okay here. Zest behind this, getting an expansion, so he's just going to pressure a little bit here. And actually surprised he didn't blink that Stalker forward and scout his opponent's base out. We've seen that kind of play in the past.
He just wanted to see how many units that his opponent had to see if he can actually push up, so now he knows that all he can do right now is apply some pressure.
Exactly, and he has the Mothership Core here as well, so remember that means no Nexus Cannon at the main base to defend against these DTs that are going to pop out very soon here. Dark Shrine just about to complete. We'll probably see 1 or 2 DTs warped in here.
I don't even think there's a Observer out.
There is an Observer out, but...
Where is it on the map?
I think it's at the Natural right now. That's where I last saw it.
Okay, so we're not exactly sure where the Observer is right now. The Stalkers are definitely out of position.
Oh, where's that Observer? He's making another one right now.
He finally saw it, I guess.
We have Blink on the way for Hero as well, trying to counter Blink. This DT going to go in undetected, though. This could end up doing a huge amount of damage to Zest here, killing off 3, 4 workers going down.
5, 6, almost.
Continuing to kill off some workers there, and this is for Zest Sand. He's moving in here with a lot of his units. Solid Time Warp going down. Nexus Cannon as a defensive maneuver going to force these Stalkers. They'll only be at the rim of Hero's base. The DT managed to do a good amount of damage. Up to 14 workers have now been killed. Supplies slightly in Hero's favor here, and as well as the probe count.
But do remember, Hero did not force the cancel on the Nexus, so as soon as Zest gets the Nexus up at the Natural, he could definitely catch up in the probe count.
No, certainly
as long as Hero does not expand pretty soon.
That's right. I think Hero, he wants to move down here, waiting for his Blink to finish up. His Stalker count is very similar to his opponent's, has a few more Zealots in his army though. We're going to start seeing Zest move up in the supply here though, because he does have that extra Nexus down, like you mentioned, up earlier than his opponent.
He's getting an Immortal behind this. Remember, he does have the Robo, so best decision for Hero right now is one of two: go for the push, try to Blink into the Immortal and finish the game right away, or go for the expansion, just try to apply some pressure while catching up.
The supplies are still very close right now. That Immortal's going to be out very soon here. We have a Sentry that just warped in for Hero
so even if Hero did a nice job killing a lot of DTs, I have to say he's playing slightly behind, but he does need to defend against these number of Stalkers right now.
It's true. The Blink Stalker advantage does go to Hero right now. We're seeing excellent micro from both players, but this could be a mistake. Overextending with that Immortal. Nexus Cannon has gone down at the Natural. Unit advantage in Hero's favor right now. Slightly,
he needs to
very
Chrono
slightly.
Boost out a second Immortal right now. He needs to make sure he plays safely.
Oh,
Nice forward
sick
flank
time
by
warp
Hero.
and forward flank there. Getting the time warp. The positioning does go to Hero here. He's able to take out a lot of these Stalkers. And the units are still very close right now. 11 Stalkers to 11 Stalkers right now.
Much better trade for Hero, I have to say. Taking out an Immortal and getting a Stalker advantage. You know, this was only a pressure, but he smells blood right now. He's going for it.
That's true. He's still moving in here, sniping out more and more Stalkers. Can Hero take the game here?
The main base. That's all Hero has to do. What after he takes out the Stalkers, the Stalker count is dwindling, but Hero's a counter Stalker inside the main base of Zest. Excuse me, Hero.
I would love to see a DT warp in to deal with these Stalkers here. There's no observer at the main base. It looks like Hero's taking out a lot of these Stalkers. It looks like he will be able to hold off this pressure. The supplies, though, now they're in Zest's favor.
Yes, he does have 3 more probes because remember, Hero did a nice job taking out the Stalkers, but he did not take out a single probe by his opponent. Now, Zest, he does have one of the Stalkers, but he does have an Immortal. Hero, he doesn't have any Immortal tech for him. He doesn't have any Robo, excuse me.
Hero also lacking the Observers, like you said, the Robotech, and he doesn't have a Militia Core of his own. That got taken out, I'm assuming, by those Stalkers that went into the main base of Hero.
So he's getting a Void Ray out to defend against a possible timing from Zest, which is nice. You know, Void Rays deal a lot of damage against the Stalkers, but the problem is if there's too many Blink Stalkers, then the Void Ray gets taken out so easily.
That's true. Void Ray, it does have its place. It can do good damage, but if there's too many Stalkers, like you mentioned, they're usually going to get focus fired down.
Yeah, so what he has to do is make Stalkers and Void Rays at the same time, use the Blink Stalkers so that his opponent cannot blink into the Void Ray. That's what he has to do with his own Stalkers.
Yeah.
Zest, he scouts the Void Ray, so he knows what he is dealing against with now.
It looks like we're seeing Zest trying to see if there's any proxy pylons around the map he can take out. There's still one on Hero's side of the base towards the bottom right hand. A few more Stalkers getting warped in here. 10 now out for Zest. So the Void Ray count, it's going to have to be at least 3 or 4 to deal with that number of Stalkers here. We're also seeing a Dark Shrine on the way here.
Well, he does scout that there's no detection with his Observer, so he knows that it's going to be a great decision.
Yeah. We do have an Oracle on the way, though, from
and
Hero, so
Robo.
we will be able, and a Robo, he will be able to use those to deal with the potential Dark Templar threat from his opponent here.
Yeah, but Hero, first he needs to make sure he doesn't lose too many Stalkers because he only has 2 Void Rays at this point.
He only has 2. He's not building any more. We have +1 attack charge behind this. Continued Immortal production as well from Zest. And the Oracle, that's going to go ahead and take out that 1 Observer there. That'll be very useful. There's still another Observer in the army for Zest, though.
The biggest key point is Hero going to use the Robo to get the Immortals out for himself or build an Observer first? Because some players, when they see the situation, they see the Immortal, it's like, oh, I need an Immortal on my own, and they start Immortals right away. My Hero, if he's trying to play safe, he needs to go for the Observers first. There we go.
Observer being built here. That Stalker getting sniped off. Unfortunate for him. This Oracle's out looking for things here. I don't think it's going to find anything, though. It's going to probably scout for some potential proxy pylons on the map. Robotics Way on the way for Hero here.
I do believe it was finished for Zest, unless it was canceled.
Yeah, it's been finished.
It's been finished.
Yeah. Still seeing Immortal production out from him, though. I mean, I guess it could be canceled, but that'd be quite odd to see that happen.
Yeah, well, he was getting a strong Immortal count before going for the Colossus, and, you know, it's not a great choice to go for too many Colossus against the Void Rays.
That's true. You know, he definitely could have canceled that if he saw the Void Rays there.
Oh, he doesn't have the Observer.
This is bad. These are going to do a lot more damage here. Splitting up the DTs, 1 to the main, 1 to the natural. Hero not completely prepared for the DT pressure here, despite the tech to deal with these units here.
His Observer was just out of position, trying to scout what his opponent had, and the DTs are getting a free kill on those units right now. He is currently boosting out Observer, so he'll be able to deal against it eventually, but he did take some damage.
He's actually taking a lot of damage here. Hero's unit's a little bit out of position. This Observer now with the main army. The DT's continuing to do so much damage here. 7 kills already, 8, almost 9, 10. So many kills on this DT here. It's been able to do a critical amount of damage to his opponent, evening out the workers killed tab here. We have 2 Archons in this composition here. For Zest, he has the Immortals in the back. Things are looking very, very strong.
And the Oracle even doing nothing right now. Just getting a free scout, I have to say, instead of killing the probes right now. And Zest, he's smelling blood right now. He wants to go for it.
He's got the army composition to easily deal with this. Here out of position is Void Rays also in the front here. He doesn't want those to get sniped off so easily.
He also wants to not pressure too much right now. The Mothership Core, well, goodbye.
That was a bit of a mistake there from Hero. You know, he at least put down the Nexus Cannon before that Mothership Core died, but he also lost a Void Ray. He's behind in supply.
He does have a Colossus coming out, remember.
He does. He's going to have that Colossus. If he can somehow get 2 out, I feel like that'll be enough. Forward blink, though, from Zest here into the main base is going to be able to completely take out these Stalkers here. The Colossus joining the main army composition as well as the Void Ray. The ground army composition is still very strong for Zest, though, but I feel like
he lost so many Stalkers.
He lost a lot of Stalkers there. They didn't have to. At the same time, this Oracle being very annoying, attacking the probe scene in there. Holy crap! Hero doing his best to get back in this game. This Stalker, or sorry, this Oracle moving into the main base here, trying to get a few more kills before it gets inevitably taken out there. So very interesting. They're killing up to 31 workers.
But do remember, that's right now, he has up to 3 bases, and the
Colossus, it's very low on health.
Not going to get taken out.
No, very nice positioning and micro from Hero here. He has 2 Colossus in his main army composition, but the problem is the Immortals in the back, they're going to be able to deal so much damage to these Stalkers and the Colossus. But Hero, is he able to push back his opponent? Zest, he's ahead in supply slightly here. This is such a close game. Hero, could he actually make a comeback with that Oracle?
The biggest problem for Hero right now is he only has 1 mining base. Remember, when we saw previously, he was mined out back at the main base, so he needs to get a 3rd Nexus as soon as possible. And how does he do that? He needs to push out on the map, but he can't do so easily because his opponent already has 3 Immortals. So now he's barely taking down the Nexus, and he will survive for right now.
He will. He's going to go ahead and get that 3rd base. Hero is behind in supply again. The economic advantage still going to Zest right now. 50 to 40 workers. We're seeing Stargates being added on in the main base for Zest here, though, so it looks like he wants to go into a Void Ray composition.
Do remember, right now Zest has more probes than his opponent Hero, and the supply difference is only like, what, 6, 7? Which means that Hero does have more supply into his army, but this is 3 Stargates and Hero. If he doesn't scout this, then he's going to die right away.
It's true. Hero would either have to go for a big timing here, and also Templar Archives behind this for both players. Another DT being warped in from Hero. We're seeing that +1 air attack on the way as well for Zest. Hero getting his +2 attack from the looks of things, and the Colossus range. This Void Ray looking like it wants to do a little bit of damage here. Stalker's moving forward, going to take out that cannon very easily before moving back.
Yeah, but the Void Ray was
Uh-oh. Oh, he sniped the Observer. This DT is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Hero with the clutch play, man. Hero is being so clutch today.
You know, I just didn't expect it to happen because that was so micro-intensive from Hero, and it just worked out perfectly for him. Now, where's the Void Ray that was actually moving towards that area? Was it just a mistake?
It's chilling up there by that natural. The Observer over here is going to force that Dark Templar to get killed off here. We have a few Stalkers trying to do some damage here. Looks like that will force cancel on the Kansas. Nobody's home. Knock knock. Who's there? Nothing. There's like 1 probe there.
Well, do remember there's a triple Void Ray production from Zest, and against 3 Void Rays is okay. Against 6 or 9, Hero's gonna have some hard time dealing against it.
It's true.
Against that army, especially since now Hero is dumping all of his money into the upgrades and Colossus.
This is the crucial point in PvP where you absolutely need to be key on scouting. This Void Ray getting a good amount of kills here. Looks like it will get sniped off unless it can escape here. Getting very low on health, and 1 hit and it would have died, but it does escape here.
But that's being really smart, not showing his own Void Rays until he gets the count up 6.
Well, he can't, otherwise Hero's going to be able to get enough Archons in time to deal with this. The Void Ray count, though, this is going to make Zest move out here. He still has the Immortal count. He's got an Archon and, you know, a healthy amount of Zealots and Stalkers still in the mix here. Hero doesn't have charge as well, we want to point out.
Well, Hero, he is still going to dominate in the ground wars because he has a lot of Colossus, but when it comes to Void Rays, he's going to have a hard time dealing against those.
He won't have a solution, actually.
Yeah, this is actually up to 9 Void Rays now.
Oh, does he see the Void Rays with that Dark Templar? It looks like he may have barely missed that there. This is just going to be very bad for Hero when he finds out what's going on here. He's going to probably be thinking to himself, oh, why didn't I scout? Why didn't I use Hallucinate a little bit more in this game?
This is the really powerful Immortal Void Rays charge lock composition from Zest, and finally, he knows what's up.
Hero is going to be panicking a little bit right now. He only has 1 Archon to his name. Probably going to be warping in a lot more at this point to try to deal with those Void Rays here.
He needs perfect micro against this. If not, and then even with the perfect micro, he's gonna barely have a chance to survive this timing.
Zest just going straight for the natural here, or in between. Not exactly sure where he wants to attack. He's got the superior army composition. He can make this work.
And he does have the better positioning, remember that.
That's true. Just, you know what, going down, trying to snipe that natural. Moving back at this point here. Hero's supply blocked, and he lost his natural nexus. He can't do anything against this.
So he needs to win the battle and go for the counterattack at this point, but I don't know how he can win this battle.
He can't. He doesn't have the right army composition here. I mean, he'll be able to deal with the ground units quite effectively here, but the problem is the Void Rays. They're going to be able to destroy everything now. Charging up, taking out those Archons. They're going to go after the Colossi next. There's 4 in this army composition. They're able to do good amounts of damage, but the problem is the Void Rays. There's no solution for them. Hero dropping so far in supply right now, and all of the ground army now killed off these Colossus. They're forced to run away. GG! Zest taking game number 4.
Hero did such an amazing job trying to come back into the game. Really nice micro maneuver, but just lacking the scouting today. You know, we saw Hero always sneaking in a probe inside his opponent's main base, getting the crucial scouting. We just didn't see that today.
It's true. Not enough scouting from Hero. That dearly cost him the game, because if he saw those 3 Stargates go up, he would have been completely fine. He could have had Storm out in time. He could have had more Archons, or even more Blink Stalkers, but something to deal with the Void Ray count of his opponent.